All right, guys, so we are going to be working on activity 2.3, and this one is blind contour. Now, the question is, what is blind contour? Let's start with the word contour. When you're looking at the contour of something, you're not necessarily looking for shading and different values. What you're looking for is the edges of the form. So if I was drawing, I don't know, this highlighter, for example, I wouldn't be looking for the values that I see, the lights and darks. What I am looking for is the outline and any edges within the form that give it its look. So like the line of the lid, this shape, anything that gives it the form that it is. Same thing with like, I don't know, my shoe, okay? So you can see my shoe has lots of contours and different edges within the shape along with the outline. Now the question is, okay, we know what a contour drawing is. What's a blind contour? So your blind contour is actually where you're not looking at your paper, okay? So I'm sure some of you are wondering like, Miss Ernie, what do you mean? Okay, what I mean is you're going to be using this activity as an observation activity. This isn't about looking at your paper and worrying about what your drawing looks like. This is about seeing truly what's in front of you, okay? So you're only going to look at the shoe, all right? Now, if you're germaphobe and you're worried, you could put a paper towel down on the table, but you are going to need to take your shoe and put it out in front of you on the table. Okay, yes, your actual shoe. Okay, so you're going to observe this thing as closely as possible. Now, this is pretty much a square, so if you want to leave your paper this way, you can, but you can also do it this way. Okay, I'm going to just leave mine this way, and I'm going to put my shoe out in front of me. Now, what I'm going to do is set my shoe sort of off to one side. So I'm right-handed. So my shoe, I'm going to keep on the right side of my table, okay? And I'm going to kind of turn my paper this way. And what that does is it gives me an opportunity to just turn my head and look at the shoe while I'm creating my drawing. Whereas if I did it this way and my paper was right here, it would be more tempting to look at my drawing, okay? So first thing you're going to do, as always, put your name on the top. Please use your name. Remember, this is activity 2.3. Okay, so you're going to find that sheet in your packet. You can see it says that you're going to choose a place where you will begin to observe with your eyes. You're going to record what you see with your pen on your paper. So this is not about having a pretty drawing. This is almost like an experiment, to see like what do we actually see, not worrying about what it's going to look like at the end. Okay, it should probably look somewhat like what you see, but it's going to be a lot of lines just kind of crossing over one another. The reality is we're going to put our pen down, and I would use a pen, but if you have a pencil, that'll work too. But you're going to put it down, and you're going to not pick it up until you're done with your drawing. Okay, that's how blind contours are done. Main reason is if you pick your pen up, you're going to want to look at your paper to put it back down in the correct spot. So I'm going to turn myself, and you can see my shoe over here. I'm going to get myself comfortable. So I'm going to kind of turn my paper so that I can begin. And I'm going to start observing the shoe probably down here by the heel. Okay, I'm going to work my way up, and I'm really going to take a look at how the laces cross over one another. This is going to take me a few minutes. I'm going to push myself to move a little faster. I've done many blind contours, and they're actually a really great way to sort of shift your thinking creatively and start seeing things more honestly. So you can do this anytime you feel like you're drawing and you feel challenged when you're observing. But for you guys, I want you to take your time. Your pen should be moving at the same speed that your eye is moving along the surfaces. Okay, so it's almost like they're in sync with one another. So I'm going to get started, and I'm not going to talk too much during this. This is really a seeing activity, so you have to kind of stay focused. Okay, so here we go. If you end up in an area where you feel like you have to go back over or deal with shapes that are sort of overlapping, you can do that. Just kind of go back over. So I'm just kind of letting one shape lead to the next. And some of you may find some humor in this, but that's mainly because I'm not looking at my drawing. I'm actually just looking at the object and really trying to see, well, what is it that I see? I'm trying to understand what I see. Lots of laces here, and there's this like piece of fabric where the laces are tied into. You can see I'm not worrying about my lines being real nice. They're sort of just honest, right? That's really what we're going for here, is like I'm using my iPad and my pen at the same time to record what it is that I see. This is the knot of the laces, which are coming down through. And then there's like a tag. If you go outside of the box, don't worry about it. We'll be able to see. If you go off your paper, just kind of find your way back. Don't just look at the big shapes either. Really look at like the little details. Like I have some stitching along this part of my shoe. And then I see the inside of the shoe. When I come on the back, there's like this shape. Okay. There's my shoe, guys. So what I'm looking for, you can see here, there's a like zigzag stitching in here. So that's what that was. And then there's a lot going on here with where the laces are. And again, you can see things don't really match up very well. It's just a crazy line drawing, okay? But in actuality, the crazier it looks, the more I know you were doing what you were supposed to do, which is not look at your paper, right? If it looks too much like a shoe, then you were probably peeking, okay? So this is your goal. Again, you can use a pen. You can use a pencil for this, any one that you want. But this is what we're going for. This is a good seeing activity, okay? So if your drawing looks like a jumbly mess that resembles some stuff going on, 10 out of 10 right here, okay? So good luck, guys, and have fun with this one.